Hello everybody, welcome back to Resident Evil 2. This will be the final installment of this series. I am currently re-recording the audio because apparently the last time I recorded I didn't record my commentary over it. So this is no longer live commentary, but at least now I can focus more so on talking rather than talking and playing, so I'll be a bit easier. This room is actually fairly easy to get through. I probably didn't have to shoot at all. I could have just ran right through, but it's all good. Our objective for this video is to find the cure for Sherry and to just get out. And that's about it. So this zombie is actually an armor-plated zombie. Me shooting him in the leg there was pretty pointless because it didn't do any damage. He can only be killed by headshots. So I do that, and then I actually get a lucky head pop. So these are our main objective too, or our secondary objective is to basically upgrade our bracelet so that we can get past different security checkpoints. So now we have a blue one, so we can get through green and blue doors. You can probably tell that I'm pretty hurt from the last time. So right there I was kind of debating if I should go back to the supply chest to get another healing item, but I decided against it because I know that there is another healing item up ahead. I feel like the whole infrastructure of this place is not very economical. I feel like this is just a huge waste of money and effort for nothing. So here I am looking for the healing item that I know is in here. I just couldn't remember exactly where. So now I'm running at full speed. So in here we're about to meet the newest enemy in the game called an Ivy. Right away here, hang on. There he is, so it's basically like a zombie plant. You can kind of deal with them by shooting the yellow bulbs that appear on them. But the best way to deal with them is to light them on fire, obviously, because it is a plant after all. Apparently one flame grenade is not enough to keep him down permanently. That didn't do anything. I know now that I just wasted ammo there for whatever. Probably didn't have to like fully kill him. He would probably been fine. Might have been a waste of incendiary grenades, but whatever. So I realize I keep on mentioning main objectives. I guess this is another secondary objective. Is we want to kill all these plants in order to get another key card. So to do that, we have to make a herbicide. And to do that, we have to do a whole bunch of things. In that room also was another kind of combination thing to unlock different parts. I pause here so that I can try and remember what those symbols are as I run frantically away from that Ivy. So these codes don't change playthrough to playthrough, so I could have just remembered it from last time, but it's been a while since I actually got to this part, I guess. I didn't want to use a flame grenade on these guys, but the fact that they were just grouped up made it all too tempting. I also kind of realized that if you do hit them with flame ammunition, and it does take them a long time to get back, and it seems to be reflected by the yellow bulbs that start to grow back on them. So on other trips back through here, I'll just shoot the yellow bulbs, and that seems to let them make them stay down longer. I could also be wrong about that, not too sure. I've never really mentioned this, but I guess there's 3 different kinds of gunpowder. There's a regular gunpowder, white gunpowder, and then large gunpowder. Large gunpowder basically just gives you more ammunition from it if you do combine it with another kind of gunpowder. The white gunpowder, if you combine it with gunpowder, will get you acid rounds. But if you combine it with another white powder, it will get you submachine gun rounds. So it's up to the player to decide what exactly they want to do with it. Do they just want regular handgun ammo? They can totally just get regular handgun ammo and not have to rely on special weapons and whatnot. In my opinion, when I'm playing as Leon, I'll usually just get regular handgun ammo just because his starting handgun is so good. And shotgun shells, I don't really remember what exact purpose it's for. I guess for fighting bosses, but... And I guess that's Leon's only answer to liquors, but still. So for some reason, this code isn't as easy to remember for me. So I have to check back on this like 2 or 3 more times. Probably the easiest way to remember this is as a standard like 10-digit kind of thing, and just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 across the top, and then just try and associate with the numbers on there. I didn't do that for some reason. I just had to just try to memorize the symbols.
Seriously?
Here I start to get paranoid that they're going to start to pop back up, so I just pop their bulbs again. So our first trip to get the herbicide going is to actually like mix the chemicals together, I guess. That's what's happening here. And it's basically just a puzzle to try and get the solution up to that red line, and it has to be exactly at that red line. If you're playing on the first normal run campaign or whatever, the solution is always the same. It's always red, green, blue, red, green, blue. Or, no, that's wrong. But it will always end with green. That's the important part. And again, this guy is freaking me out, so I just pop a bulb and go on my merry way. Do check that I have flash grenades equipped, because while I was in this room before, I didn't fully explore it, and I didn't fully activate all the monstrosities in this room. So up here, there's actually 2 liquors. So I throw a flash grenade, throw an acid round, back up, throw an incendiary grenade because I really just don't want to deal with lickers anymore. I'm gonna throw in another one just for good measure. That last grenade might have been overkill, but I've had enough of lickers with this playthrough. This stairway is actually super easy to get through, but on my way back down, I just turned dumb, I guess, and I get bitten twice. I guess I should... Spoilers. I'll leave that for you to see later. So this is why we came up here, just to get that item we just got. I don't know what it's called. I think it's a signal modulator. And basically it's how we turn on the lights in these rooms. So yeah, this is where I go dumb. I get bit by him. And then I'm just not able to stagger this guy fast enough. And I get down to danger level health. I think right there I was looking to see if I could heal, and I decide I can't, so I just continue on. Over there is where I need to go next, and all the zombies are now awake. I guess because the lickers woke them up or something. And again, this target is just too tempting because there's two there, and I decide why not. And I start to get scared because they don't die immediately. I'm still a little scared because I don't know if they're fully dead or not. So I kind of make my way slowly around them. And then this guy I just decide is fine if he's just a crawler. So these things, you gotta basically just set the settings right based on like the thing that you gotta put it on. It's hard to describe how to solve these. You basically just go by intuition, I guess. So we come here first just to put away stuff, get more inventory space because we're getting pretty packed right now. I take my time in here. I think I come back here like 2 or 3 times or something. Just because I decide that there is stuff that I need and don't need. And watch this. Am I gonna turn around? Yeah. Turn around like, yeah, I need something in there. I decided that I do need some more acid rounds. Not that I need them right now, but for later. I was a little indecisive about where I need to go next, and I remembered, oh yeah, the other part of the herbicide is I have to freeze it, and to freeze it we have to go over here.
Welcome back, Dr. Lee. You have 5 new messages.
Whew. Damn. Should have packed my... parka.
Oh, now it's frozen.
Cooling complete.
I don't know if this is how they normally make herbicides, if like freezing it is actually necessary or not, but I'm not a scientist, and all these umbrella scientists are way smarter than I could ever be, so I'll just take their word for it. So now he's up again. I just decided I'll go around them, whatever. This guy, he kind of scares the crap out of me. Ivies are especially dangerous because if you don't have like a sub item like a flash grenade, hand grenade, or a knife, then you just instantly die. It doesn't matter what your health is at, they just instantly kill you.
Dispensing to
I am fairly safe because I do have some items, but I would really prefer to keep it for the upcoming encounters.
a dangerous solution without authorization. Your actions have been logged.
The only reason why I shoot that guy with a grenade is because I know that they'll wake up again as I'm coming back through here. And I just hope that that grenade will keep him busy enough so that I can run right by him again. If you're playing as Leon at this point, the Mr. X Tyrant that followed you around in the RPD will be back now. But because in Claire's route, the G monster kills him, Claire doesn't have to worry about that right now. So as you can see, that Ivy grabbed me there. I just decide, well, I have to use the flash grenade, otherwise I would die. I forgot that there is an Ivy that spawns in there after you get that card. Kind of do a quick once over to see if there was anything else I needed to grab. And now we're heading on to the second last final boss, I guess.
Why that antiviral agents?
So I don't pick up the cassette tape there. It doesn't do anything other than give background information. And I decided if you want to learn the background information, then you can learn it for yourself. That's what I decided there. So for some reason this one breaks my brain. But I eventually get it. There is one other place where I could use that item and then I would get an extra inventory pouch out of it. But I decided that I'm good and I just put that away. I guess I also decide I'm good for incendiary rounds, and then I just choose to just use acid rounds for the upcoming fight. And I decide to save it because, like I said, there's an upcoming boss fight. Need to be safe. I guess there is an autosave just before it too, but drop off some stuff that I don't need. Grab an extra green herb as a healing item for safety again.
Damn it. Look at that. All right. Hell yeah. Got it.
So now we have the thing that will heal
God.
Sherry.
The antiviral agent. Gotta get back to Sherry.
Your ass again. William! This ends now. What the hell is this thing?
That was my husband. She is my creation!
William!
I should have killed him while I had the chance. I don't know why, I just couldn't do it.
He was your husband.
Honestly, we were more married to our work than each other.
What about Sherry? How could you just leave her all alone while Raccoon City burned to hell?
I couldn't let my daughter grow up in a world with the G virus in it.
But that's no excuse.
I got this.
So this is definitely the coolest form of the G monster.
No. I got this. You should take care of Sherry. You don't know what you're up against.
I have a pretty damn good idea.
Whatever you do, don't stop until it's finished.
Trust me. This ends now.
So I love that scene for Claire just because it does show how much of a badass she is. When Leon gets to this point too, he obviously has to fight this guy too, and he's just kind of a dork about it, I guess. Rather than choosing to fight this thing like Claire does, Leon is more so forced to fight it. I find acid rounds right in his eyes is really good. I don't know if that's the best way to do it, but it works fairly well. The general plan is to shoot the three eyes that appear on his shoulders, his right shoulder, his left knee, and then on his back. And that spawns his main weak point there, those cluster of eyes. And I waste an extra spark needle on that. And acid is really good. I don't know if you would have staggered if I didn't use anything else other than acid rounds, but there's also a whole bunch of other supplies scattered around here because they really didn't want you to run out of items at this point. While Resident Evil is always about inventory management, they don't necessarily want you to be screwed. So they do make sure that you do at least have just enough to be able to beat this guy. I'll mention this at this point. There is kind of a exploit, I guess it's called. The damage of the knife is kind of linked to your frames per second. And so what speedrunners will often do is they'll have their frames per second set to 120. But my computer is not good enough to be able to do that. And so I don't think I can do a lot of damage with the knife. Not enough to justify trying to use it. But if you do use a knife strat, then you can beat this guy before he brings down that whole thing there. Before he even gets into this final phase here. So in this final phase, the cluster vise is always open, so you can always shoot him whenever you want. But he's also way more aggressive. Right there, I am just so happy that that final explosion from the spark shot killed him. I skipped that cutscene because it's just him dying all the way.
Target has been neutralized. Ending quarantine.
And then I'm just running around picking up all the stuff that's here because I will need it. Actually, I don't, but I pick it up anyways.
Service lift is now operational.
I do need that though.
Gotta get back to Sherry.
Here I know I have too much stuff, but I can't decide what I need to put away.
Hey,
I knew you'd make it. My mom needs help.
Annette? Sherry. How are you?
Okay. But you don't look so good. Mommy?
Hey, look at the screen. Oh, thank God. So Sherry's gonna be all right?
She'll be weak for a little while, but yes. She's free of the G virus.
Did you hear that?
What happened to her?
She was attacked by the monsters.
Don't worry about me. Take my daughter to safety. I'm sorry, Sherry. For everything. Your life is what is important.
We can't just leave her here.
You're right, we can't.
Attention, unauthorized removal of a level 4 virus detected. Facility lockdown initiated.
What does that mean?
It's a self-destruct code. In case the G-virus leaves the building. Save my daughter.
No!
Sherry? Sherry, we gotta say goodbye to your mom. Mom, please say goodbye. Please, Sherry. Listen. She loved you, okay? You really gotta get going. Come on.
You were right about this jacket. I'm so lucky to have you.
We can talk more about that later. We gotta hurry now. Come on. Sherry, can you walk faster? I don't want to rush you, but we
So
have
now we're
to.
on the final part of the game, which is the escape.
Elevator to evacuate immediately to the bottom level train platform. Attention, self-destruct sequence initiated.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Use the central elevator to evacuate immediately to the bottom level train platform. Attention, self-destruct sequence initiated. Use the central elevator to evacuate immediately to the bottom level train platform.
I also like that cutscene a lot more than in Claire's playthrough rather than Leon's
Claire?
playthrough. It actually gives
Yeah?
Annette
Thank you
a better
for
ending.
being so nice to me. For helping me. I'm really glad I met you.
I'm really glad I met you too, Sherry. But save your thanks until I get you out of this place.
To the bottom level train platform.
I use that first aid spray because there's a first aid spray here.
Use the central elevator to evacuate immediately to the bottom level train platform.
Pick up that knife, even though I shouldn't have. It doesn't really matter though because I just put it away. So I basically do this just to take out the acid round. I take out those bullets even though I then recognize I don't really need them. I do make sure that I have incendiary grenades for this next bit because there are some IVs that appear here.
10 minutes.
And we only have 10 minutes to get through here. Well, I say only, that's way more than enough time to get through here.
Son of a bitch! Of course. Stupid thing's locked.
Hold on.
Sherry, where do you...
I think I can open it from the other side.
So now we just gotta wait for Sherry to unlock the door from the other side.
God damn it, your tummy sucks.
Which means that we have to survive some IVs, which is very easy as Claire.
You asked
where I panic, switch back to the flame grenades because I'm obviously not going to be able to hit the bulb. I get very mad at Sherry here because she opens the door right in my face. And doors are apparently very hard to get around.
Sherry,
I think that's the last zombie that we encounter on our way out of here, and he kind of goes down pretty pathetically. Because it's pretty understandable because he was on fire.
worth a try.
Put the grenade launcher away because I don't need it anymore because of the final boss. The way that he's damaged, the flame grenades don't really do anything, I think. Skip this cutscene. It's just Claire telling Sherry to stay, and she does, so. Here we pick up Claire's ultimate weapon, and it's actually nice because unlike in Leon's playthrough, you actually take good advantage of the minigun.
Okay.
In Leon's, you get a rocket launcher and you shoot it, maybe you shoot it twice.
Alright, it's working.
Claire!
What? Leon? You're down here too?
Yeah, but the whole place is coming down. Look, you need to get out. Fast!
I know. I found a way out. I think we can all make it. Where are you now?
Claire, are you still there?
Leon? I'm sorry, you're breaking up.
Don't worry about me. Just get out of here.
Leon! Leon!
So the whole purpose of that double plug that we had before to plug in there was basically just to ensure that we had two open spaces so we can pick up this final weapon, in this case the minigun. The developers are actually pretty clever. They didn't want you to be too full on inventory so that you wouldn't be able to pick up the weapon that you need to beat the boss. So I believe this boss can only truly be damaged by shooting the eyes on him, and only when they're destroyed does he actually take damage. So even though you have a minigun, you have to try and use it as a sniper rifle, I guess. A bit backwards, but whatever. This boss is fairly easy. All you gotta do is keep your distance. When he's climbing the wall there, I try and flash him so that he doesn't go up. I think it didn't work because he wasn't at a stagger threshold yet. You can kind of tell his health by the color of his eyes. So the redder they are, the less health he has. So they're orange. I get kind of mad there because he shouldn't have hit me there. I chuck a grenade at him. And it actually, I get an achievement for that. For knocking him off the wall, even though he was barely off the ground. This time I dodged that attack. Like I should have done the first time he did that attack. And pretty much right here is when I win. As soon as he starts doing this, he's pretty much dead. And you can just unload it into him just for fun, basically. But I think he eventually just dies on his own too, even if you don't unload into him. So before we go into the final cutscene, I'm just going to say this. Thank you so much for watching.
It's okay. I'm
My
here.
next project that I plan to do is
getting
Resident
out of
Evil 3. I plan on doing that blind. I have not played it yet. I haven't watched any videos of other people playing it yet. Don't really know anything about it other than there's a big angry guy that chases you throughout the whole city. And so yeah, that's my next project. If you want to see me play through the second campaign as Leon, just let me know down in the comments. But other than that, I'm just going to let you enjoy this final cutscene.
So what's the first thing you want to do when we get out of here?
I want to see where you live.
Good. 'Cause I take a shower.
Yeah.
Really? That bad? Ooh.
Claire!
Leon! It's so good to see you.
I told you we'd make it, didn't I?
You did.
And with that, Resident Evil 2 is over. Thank you so much for joining me on this, and I hope to see you again.